Hello folks, I thought that it would be good to make this video to help people that are thinking about buying new bowls, especially for newbies, but maybe for others too. Okay, so the first things I want to say are these are my opinions, and other people may disagree, but you've got my opinions at least. Okay, so here we go. Number one, bowls don't really wear out unless they're wooden. Let's forget the wooden ones. The composite ones don't really run out. So, sorry, wear out. So, um, you can get a really old set, and that would be absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever. Okay, they will have stamps on them. You'll see a stamp with a year, normally the last two digits of a year, and that means that they have to be in date in order to play things like county competitions and above. But within the club, it doesn't really matter. If you want to get them retested and restamped, then you go to Pershaw. I went to Pershaw and took a few sets of bowls to be tested and restamped the other day, as it turns out, because I've got a lot of sets of bowls. Okay, so that's, if you like, number one. Secondly, what's really important is that it feels comfortable to you and comfortable in your hand. And over the years, bowls have taken different shapes, and so you get, for instance, this one, which is an Almark Commander, and that is a narrower profile, if you like, than, for instance, this one, which is an Almark Sterling King. You may or may not be able to see the difference, but you really notice it when you've got them in your hand. For instance, oh, there we are. I don't know how well that shows. Maybe that's a bit better. But basically, this one is more bulbous than this one. So this one, it goes out a bit further this side and out a bit further that side. It feels rounder in your hand than this one, which is more narrower and slimline. Okay. Both great bowls. So that's something to consider. Another thing to consider are grips. Now, different people have different views on this. At one time, all bowls were like that, which is basically without any significant grips on them at all. And then grips came in, and you got ones like this, and you can see they've got grips. And then later on, some came like this, which are much deeper grips. Sorry, the black on the black background maybe not help. But hopefully you can see that they have much deeper grips to them. People ask which is best, and the answer is, well, it's whatever's best for you, really. There isn't a best. The world's best bowler, in most people's eyes, was David Bryant, and he always used non-gripped, as it were, even though there were many gripped bowls out at the time. And you get other bowlers that use gripped, either the kind of like grips on the surface, like I showed, or the deeper grips, which I showed. Again, it's your call. It's up to you, really. What is important is that you have enough grip on the bowl, but that normally is mostly affected by how tacky your fingers are and whether your fingers get glassy or not. And for instance, my fingers get glassy very easily unless it's cold, and then they don't. And so I use water and just make them a little bit tacky with water. Too much water makes it too slippy, but otherwise, that's what I use. Some people use Grippo. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay, so they use a tube of Grippo, And some people put it on the end of their fingers, and some people put it on their bowls. And so again, that's, you know, that's your call, your preference. Size of bowl. The general wisdom is that you have the largest size that you can feel comfortable with and control. So my hands are quite big, if you like, and I could cope with a size 6 officially, but I use a size 4. So there we are with that. So it depends. The world's best lady bowler recently, I don't know whether she still is, she was, I think she won the ladies title of the World Bowls this year. Her hands are tiny and she uses a size 4. She just cups it in her hand and bowls. So there we are. So that's that. Another thing is bias. Some bowls turn more than others. And so you need advice from someone, if you're new, as to how much turn they have. And for instance, if the grass is a bit long, when seasons start, they normally start with 6mm grass, and then they bring it down to 5mm, sometimes even 4mm on the mower. So that affects how fast it is, and also how spongy the surface is affects it, and how wet it is, and things like that. And so all those things affect how hard you have to bowl the ball, and also how much it curves around, all right? And so you choose whichever is best for you. Many bowlers, myself included, I have 2 sets of bowls, one set for outdoor and one set for indoor, because with indoor, the curve is always much greater in this country, not in New Zealand, but in this country it's much greater, and so I have a narrower biased bowl, so I can get some semblance of accuracy regarding that. My advice is that some people try a bowl and they just know that it just fits well and it's nice and that's super duper. Well, that's great. So that's great for them, and that's great. If you're not quite sure and you're a new person, a good way to go, I would argue, is to buy a set of bowls which you don't spend an awful lot of money on. Now, you can go to discount places for new bowls, but many new bowls now cost about £450, £480, £490, brand new, right? You can get some old stock, but it's still brand new bowls for as low as £300 if you search around. They will almost certainly be black. But you know what I did, and I was very happy with it. I paid a lower sum of money and got a set of bowls and just played for a bit, and then thought, oh, okay, I know what I want now. And then I got a set of bowls that I thought would suit me much better. And then the cheaper set I just sold on eBay. So there we are. So, and basically I sold them for what I got them for in the first place. So I lost a little bit on postage, but that's okay. I hope that helps. I don't want this to be too long. Do feel free to speak to me should you wish, or other people, remembering that, you know, what I've said is my opinion. Okay. I think that's it. Bye for now.